Hello, my name is Cynthia Tenhouse. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for Toyota. So I want to say thank you so much for your interest in Mirai. Now, we are incredibly proud of this all-new 2021 Mirai, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts. Now, in 2015, we debuted the first Mirai, the first production hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicle offered for sale to retail customers in North America. And we have sold over 6,500 vehicles in California, proving that fuel cell can work in the light-duty market. And we've seen other competitive models go on sale as well, and we welcome those OEMs to continue to produce fuel cell vehicles so we can jointly grow the fuel cell market share. Fuel cell is an elegantly sustainable powertrain because it's a clean, scalable platform that can meet a broad range of mobility needs with zero emissions. Now, I'd love to tell you more about the hydrogen as a sustainable energy source, but I'm going to save that for our next presenter. Instead, let me tell you about the 2021 Mirai, the most advanced electric vehicle in the market. Our engineers and designers focused on creating an incredible-looking vehicle with great driving dynamics. In fact, the emotional design was styled so customers would choose Mirai for its beauty alone, and being environmentally friendly was simply icing on the cake. The engineers started with the GAL premium rear-wheel drive platform, which is the same underpinning as a Lexus LS, and that allowed us to make this Mirai lower, longer, and wider than its predecessor. The aerodynamic performance is optimized, contributing to superior stability and controllability with improved fuel economy, achieving a better cruising range. The new Mirai's clean, modern profile was inspired with coupe-like lines, and the available 20-inch wheels give it a bolder stance. Now, moving inside the vehicle. The new Mirai's clean and modern layout is infused with luxury. The simple, flowing lines of the dash neatly integrate a higher level of tech, including a standard 8-inch digital gauge cluster, an available digital rearview mirror, and a dual panoramic moonroof. The standard Toyota Premium multimedia system uses a 12.3-inch high-resolution touchscreen, paired with a 14-speaker JBL sound system. And now there's even seating for 5. So for the first time, we are offering Mirai on multiple grades, both the XLE and Limited. Hydro Blue will only be available on the Limited, while Oxygen White, Heavy Metal, Black, and Supersonic Red will be available on both grades. Now, both come standard with 19-inch wheels, while the 20-inch Super Chrome Finish aluminum wheels will be available on the Limited grade. And no matter the grade, the fuel cell system provides a highly responsive and high-powered driving experience. And with pure EV power, the Mirai delivers smooth acceleration and a linear driving feel. With improved fuel stack performance and increased hydrogen capacity, the range of the new Mirai has increased by up to 30% to 402 miles. And both grades come with 3 hydrogen tanks that are a marvel of carbon fiber engineering. The new Mirai is beautiful, it's comfortable, and it's an incredible drive, all with 0 emissions. And each grade will feature attractive lease and purchase options. And all 2021 Mirais come with $15,000 of complimentary hydrogen and a plethora of additional benefits, including extended Toyota care and a 21-day complimentary rental. Now, to talk about all things hydrogen, I'd like to turn it over to Jackie Birdsall, Senior Engineer on Toyota's Fuel Cell team. Jackie?
It's a privilege to talk about a very important piece of Toyota's future, the beautiful, completely redesigned Toyota Mirai. But since Cynthia already covered the features, I'll talk more specifically to hydrogen and fuel cell electric technology. Throughout history, hydrogen has been used as a proven source of energy storage. The basic function of the fuel cell, that is, combining hydrogen and oxygen to produce water and electricity, was discovered in 1838. It was first used in generators in 1939, then in spacecraft and forklifts, and recently its use has expanded to power submarines and aircraft. At Toyota, we have been developing this technology for more than 25 years, and our first production fuel cell electric vehicle hit the road in 2015. Still, after decades of proven capabilities, many people are unfamiliar with fuel cell technology. When people hear electric, they only think battery electric. So first, we must communicate that fuel cell electric vehicles are an option for zero-emission driving. On top of generating that awareness, we must also dispel a few myths. The first misconception has to do with safety, and at Toyota, safety is our top priority. I personally can understand why someone's unfamiliarity with hydrogen could leave them with concern and see this as a learning opportunity. Hydrogen is flammable, but so is gasoline. Really, any energy carrier is, but just like gasoline and other flammable fuels, it's all about knowing how to store and handle it safely. The Mirai itself is as safe, if not safer, than any gasoline vehicle. We test not only to ensure compliance with the global technical regulation, which ensures the performance of our hydrogen tanks, but also to our own internal standards, which go above and beyond this regulation. Of course, we also perform all the standard NHTSA safety crash testing. Another myth is that hydrogen will always be expensive to produce. But the truth is, hydrogen is already a standard industrial commodity, with approximately 10 million metric tons produced every year in the United States alone. And as Cynthia already mentioned, all of our Mirai come with $15,000 of complimentary hydrogen. So, with these myths rebutted, let's talk about why fuel cell electric vehicles are an essential part of our electrification strategy. Just like BEVs, FCEVs produce zero emissions. But there are many advantages for fuel cell electric vehicles. For instance, around 40 million people, or 1 in 8 Americans, live in an apartment and don't have access to plug in their vehicles overnight. These customers need an alternative to drive zero-emission vehicles that doesn't include a plug or a long recharging time. Refilling a fuel cell electric vehicle takes around 5 minutes, resembling the process of filling at a gas station, and this new Mirai has a range of up to 402 miles. Now yes, infrastructure is currently a limitation to FCEVs, but we're working with local governments, NGOs, utilities, and energy companies to increase the access to hydrogen wherever we can. We currently have 43 retail stations in Southern and Northern California, with an expected 21 more stations to be operational in the next 12 to 18 months. In fact, we recently announced a program with Iwatani to support the build-out of 7 new stations in Southern California. And we're making some headway with regulators in other parts of the country, like the Northeast, where there are a number of stations built and/or nearly complete. And we're encouraged by the efforts and interest in the Northwest and in Colorado. But suffice it to say, we do need more refilling stations. We've got our work cut out for us. We need to continue to educate the public and policymakers on why building a hydrogen infrastructure is so important. And we can't just rely on plugging in. Utilities can shut down the grid to prevent wildfires, like we've recently seen in California. And as the grid moves to renewable distributed power, including solar and wind electrical generation, we'll have lots of excess renewable energy, which will need to be stored. Perfect storage medium for this excess energy? Hydrogen. This renewable hydrogen can be used in stationary fuel cells for on-demand power generation, injected into gas pipelines, stored for later use, including fueling hydrogen fuel cell vehicles like the Mirai, as well as heavy-duty trucks. Where did heavy-duty trucks come in? Well, with this new Mirai, we have increased production capacity of our fuel cell stacks by 10-fold, which means we get to replace all kinds of gasoline and diesel engines with fuel cells, moving away from harmful emissions to clean water. And to prove this, we've put fuel cell stacks into Class 8 semi-trucks rated up to 80,000 pounds, the very same fuel cell stacks that power the Mirai. We are delivering our first 2 pilot vehicles to customers for daily operations, with an additional 8 trucks to follow in 2021. We're also announcing our latest Gamma prototype truck, which uses the same second-generation fuel cell stacks as the new Mirai and moves us one step closer to a production-ready fuel cell system for heavy-duty trucks. With the economies of scale afforded by the light-duty market, we can decrease the cost of fuel cell stacks to compete with our diesel and gasoline engine counterparts. And with the increased hydrogen throughput afforded by the heavy-duty market, we can decrease the cost of the supporting infrastructure. It really is a beautiful friendship. So, the 2021 Mirai is not just about offering a great-looking, great-driving fuel cell electric vehicle. It's about creating a better world, and our vision for the contribution of hydrogen and fuel cell electric technology to actualize a zero-emission future. Thank you for your time today, and I hope you enjoy driving the Mirai as much as we all here do.